welcome back to Chapter 1 Book Reviews, and today I'll be reviewing The Enchantress. So for those of you who don't know, this is actually the last book of this series, and I know I've only reviewed the first 2 or 3, but I really felt like this series was just trying to stretch it, so I reviewed the last book, but I'm also going to talk about the ones previously, because I think it would be personally a waste of time for me to review it for both of us. For you who's watching and for me who's reviewing, to review the other books because they're not that good actually. Anyway, so we'll get more on that. The Enchantress is a novel by Michael Scott, who is the author of this series. You can also check out my Alchemist and Magician, and I do believe I reviewed The Sorceress. So, The Enchantress is the last book in the series where all the suspense builds up, and right now Josh actually decided to go with Virginia Dare and Dr. John Dee, and also Sophie is still with Nicholas and Perronel Flamel. Perronel Flamel has given one day of her life to Nicholas so they can try and save San Francisco, while Josh actually travels 10,000 years back in time while following Dr. John Dee to the legendary island of Danu Tilas. So basically, whether or not Perronel Flamel and Nicholas Flamel can defend San Francisco for the monsters on Alcatraz, which are trapped there, or whether or not Sophie and Josh will stand together and help the Earth continue its journey, or whether they will side with the Dark Elders, is another part of the story. So there's only 2 main parts of story, unlike in the previous books. I'm not going to spoil the ending, but basically what I want to say about this series is that I would definitely recommend reading certain books. I would recommend you read maybe 1, 2, 5, or maybe, and then the last few books, but you could definitely skip some of these books, because honestly this story could probably be told in maximum 2 books. You could even write it in 1 book. Honestly, if you were trying to finish in 1 book, you definitely could. So that's like my main problem with the series. The author is really trying to stretch the story way too long. But other than that, it's a really fun book. It's not exactly the kind of book that you read over and over and over again, but it's a fun book. I would definitely recommend you read it. And overall, I give this specific book 4.3 stars out of 5. I would give the entire series in general though 4 stars out of 5, because I really feel like, again, they're stretching the story. Okay, so thank you for watching. I hope you learned something or took something away from the book review, and please subscribe and place a like, and thanks for watching Chapter 1.